Having a strong strength base can benefit you when things start to get heavier in workouts. Here are my best strength equipment options for garage gyms. Honestly, this is probably the best option out of the whole list. Is a sandbag. You can pick from 100 to 150 depending on your capabilities as you progress. This is honestly a cheap option for under $100 with this bag and also the fill. It can help build a strong core, back, and legs, really focusing on that posterior chain. And ways you can use it is by doing a sandbag hold, sandbag walks, cleans, and etc. There's plenty of options you can use this. It's a very small piece of equipment, so you don't need a whole lot of space to store it. And what it's gonna really work at the end of the day is a mental challenge. For your grip strength, I really like using kettlebells and dumbbells for farmers carries and holds. I'll put down in the description a solution for kettlebells that turns your dumbbell into a kettlebell. And what kettlebells and dumbbells doing holds can actually translate to holding a barbell longer. In workouts, you're doing X amount of cleans or deadlifts, and it really won't be the crux of your workout. And another option within grip strength is fat grips. What are fat grips really used for? Just like the name, they just make a grip bigger. There are different sizes out there. I went with these blue fat grips because they're better for starting out. And what these fat grips will do is you just have to use your grip more, and it will fatigue the grip much faster than a standard handle would. You also won't have to use such heavy weights if you're using dumbbells. So you could use 50s instead of 70s or 100s because this is just gonna make your grip go faster. And like for pull-ups, if you're doing a X amount of time on a hang, you're just using such a bigger size grip. I really like the bamboo bar for your stability work in shoulders. And no, you don't have to go out and buy a bamboo bar that's gonna cost you $289. What you just do is you take your barbell and you'll dangle the weights off the side, off with resistance bands, and you'll attach the kettlebells or weight plates using these resistance bands. It will make the bar very unstable, so you'll have to use more lighter weights, and it just makes your muscles work on the stabilization, and you will feel some shaking, but this is pretty normal. My favorite option for the expensive bamboo bar is not just the barbell, it's using PVC pipe. I'm currently in the process of rebuilding my PVC pipe and making it more stronger for heavier weight. The cost of a bamboo bar brand new is $289 for shipping and tax. I'm looking at maybe 30 bucks to 40 bucks just for this PVC pipe that I'm going to be making, and it should last me a long time. And the reason why I'm using a PVC pipe over a regular barbell is because it's much lighter, and this will create more stabilization work, and it also bends, so it makes my muscles work a lot harder than a barbell would, because I'm looking at maybe pound or 2 pounds of PVC pipe compared to a barbell that's 45 pounds. As you may have noticed, there's a big emphasis on shoulders, and this is something that CrossFit uses a lot. And having a good strength in your shoulders will help prevent a lot of injuries from happening. I know this very well because I just had back-to-back shoulder injuries. One of the biggest things that helped me get back from this shoulder injury was crossover symmetry. And no, I'm not saying specifically the crossover symmetry, it's just the idea. And what it does very well, it helps prevent injuries from external and internal rotations by using stability just like bamboo bar does. I believe this was the key factor in bringing me back much healthier and also stronger than just doing standard rehab. And what I recommend you do is I don't recommend you go buy the crossover symmetry. There's a much cheaper option, the Valor Fitness, but beware, you might need more space because it isn't as tight. The glute ham developer is such a big piece of equipment. Why do you really need this big equipment in your space? There are options out there from like Rogue. Use their Box Echo if you don't have the space. It can be used to help build strength in your abs, lower abs, back, hamstrings, and quads. Some common exercises I personally use in my training are glute ham raises that'll focus on your hamstrings, back, and hip extensions. Can be done with weight depending on how strong your back is. And also if you've been doing them for a while at the gym, you can do supine planks or prone planks. These are really going to attack your abs. And lastly, you can do like GHD sit-ups, are going to blow up your core. And make sure you're not doing high volume of this. Be smart with these because the next day your abs, or 2 days, your abs are going to be blown up. If you're looking for more ways to use your GHD, leave a comment down below. The GHD is a very versatile piece of equipment to get you stronger in CrossFit. One of the most overlooked pieces in building strength is keying in your recovery. Everyone likes to focus on these fancy supplements that's going to cost you lots of money, but everyone ignores the fact they don't get enough sleep, they don't key in their nutrition, they don't take rest days, and they aren't stretching after sessions. Building consistency in these 4 steps, you'll see a much bigger increase, but it also doesn't cost you so much money. These 4 things need to be dialed in before you start going to these fancy supplements. If you, for example, the fancy supplements might get you 1% better, but if you dial in your sleep, you could get 20% better over a time period. So it's more cost effective if you dial in your sleep. If you get dialed in for all 4 of them, you are going to be a much better athlete in the long run. Building your strength is such a vital piece as the sport and methodology of CrossFit keeps growing. There are other aspects of CrossFit that we need to address to be a well-rounded athlete. I put together a list of CrossFit equipment you should have to be a competitive CrossFit athlete.